So now I want to invite our dear friends Maria Leusa Kaba and Ediene Kirixi from the Munduruku people of the Tapajós Basin in the Brazilian Amazon. And a part of the resistance movement Iperei Ayu. Please.
First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me. First of all, we will begin. We would like to make a to show our resistance. We start by singing to come over. We want to like to sing first of all. At the end, we will also make we will also sing to say goodbye to each other. And we will sing first of all. After that, I will speak in Munduruku because our state kills our languages. And that's why we want to talk in our language. So first of all, please stand up. Please stand up and sing with us together to start off. Just follow the singing, please.
Dia chui chui Kaba bewi, dia chui chui Kaba bewi, jabe jakunjem, jabe jakunjem, wauda dakti, dia chui chui Kaba bewi, dia chui chui Kaba bewi, sawe, sawe, sawe.
This was our war cry. I will be reading out the English version. We are very with so many women and organizations, and to be part of so many struggles in the defense of life. We are Maria Leusa Kaba Munduruku and Ediene Kirixi Munduruku, two leaders of the Munduruku people, with a population of around 55 villages. We live in the indigenous territory, Kayabi, Mundapim, Praia do Indio, e Praia do Mangue. Today, the Munduruku people are becoming sick as a result of such projects of death. Our river is sick, our forest is sick, but we have been confronting a big struggle. We are very happy to be here to show how to confront those threats and to show how we continue our fight, especially collectively as women, since our fight isn't just led by one of us. There are many of us. There are several women who are fighting today and who are facing threats and invasions within the territory. We're stronger when we exchange our strategies and our struggles with you all. We have already participated in exchanging some experiences with our relatives in Mexico, where together we took a stand within similar resistance and finding worlds in defense of life and territory. That's why it's very good to learn from your struggle, from the International Initiative Movement and the Kurdish Freedom Movement. This is a very important moment for us. It is very powerful to meet women Women's Combatant Unit and in other parts of the world. We came here to learn with you all. Ake here because she's probably not as fast as I'm talking. Now we'll share a bit about the struggle of our movement. First, Kabaibun Munduruku, coordinator of the Munduruku Wakuburun Women's Association.
For a second. There's some technical difficulties. Okay, we can go. Thank you.
Now we'll share a bit about the struggle of our movement. First, Kabaibun Munduruku, coordinator. Kirixi, political advisor. Within our movement, called the Munduruku Ipirek Ayu movement. The Wakuburun women warriors and how we learned to fight. Kabaibum Munduruku Maria Leusa Kaba Munduruku. I wanted to first say that as always, we begin by thanking our God, Karo Zakabui, for everything, for all this resistance. He created us and all of our world. That's what we women do, especially when we start to take up space in the struggle. In our fight, we've learned with each attack. This is how women began to participate in political actions and struggles at the time of attacks and threats. Many women warriors had to stop fighting for their own safety, but others, like us, remain firm in our fight. Women have always played a role in. In 2012, the Iperek Ayu movement, the movement of resistance, was founded. Of the Iperek Ayu movement. Afterwards, we as women began to coordinate the movement. Out of the chiefs and the leaders. It was not easy. During all the training that we've been doing, we suffered several aggressions, several attacks. I don't know. It was not easy. During all the training that we've been doing, we suffered several aggressions, several attacks, discrimination and prejudice. Many thought that we came to exterminate men, but that is not the idea. We came to protect and defend the territory and the lives of our children. We know your story, and we know that many Parivat, non-indigenous, thought you were going to learn to hold weapons to kill. In fact, we know it's not like that. We are like that too. We are fighting to defend our people and not to exterminate or kill. However, we prepare ourselves to always do justice. The history of the Munduruku is achieve justice. Within the Iperek Ayu movement, there Vakuburun is a group made up
So if maybe anyone has turned on a device that might be doing this, if it could be turned off. Maybe if everyone can turn off their cell phones and we can see if that. Okay. Again.
Vakuburun took the lead in our people's fight. We have been learning from our ancestral warrior. We undertook several trainings and directed several direct actions. It is within these actions that we are building our resistance, which we continue to strengthen. We are bringing more women in towards our struggle, as well as more leaders and more chiefs. The struggle is not just for women. But we had to assume this role of passing on everything we learned from our elders, mainly those elders who are gone or our ancestors. We had to assume this role to teach our people and to care. In addition to being a mother, we also become the mother of our Munduruku people. Us women are the ones who are here to say what is wrong and what can't be done. Today, men partially do not know what is good or bad. For them, everything has to be embraced. And we women always say, no, that's not worthwhile, or we can't get involved. So we have a different vision, different from those of men. The vision that we have is a collective vision. It is a vision that takes everyone into account and knows what is good and what is bad. We cast out all evil. So today, as women, especially those of us in the Vakuburun group, we are creating and strengthening our organization. It is important to say that the Vakuburun always existed. Since the earliest history of our Munduruku people, the Karodaibi warrior has always counted on 4 warriors and 1 warrior who is Vakuburun, which is formed by a group of women. Iperekayu, in the Munduruku language, means a group that knows how to defend itself. Vakuburun are those women who have gone through everything, gone through evil, through sorcerers, managed to rescue her brother's, Vakeburu's head, from his enemy. Rescue. Today, The spirit of the Vakoburun warrior is alive among us, among women. That's why Vakoburun doesn't fall into any trap. Everyone down. We will never back down. We resist and move forward. Vakoburun's story is very important to us. Currently, we have an obligation to defend the lives of our children, our people, our forest, because we are mothers and we give life. So that's why we have an obligation to stay in this fight. For this reason, today it is practically women who are at the forefront. In coordination, though, always alongside the men, the warriors and the chiefs. Our people also have other organizations that are coordinated by men, but where women also participate. The Arequico Association, the Dauk Association, the Munduruku Indigenous Council of Upper Tapajos, CIMAT, already the Perek Ayu movement, the movement of Munduruku men and women warriors, is currently coordinated by a woman, Ana Posho. There is also the Pariri Association of the Middle Tapajos, which is coordinated by a woman, Alessandra Korab. The women arrived at the forefront of our fight during a very strong attack, when the federal government proposed the construction of hydroelectric dams in the Tapajos River basin. But it was not just that. There was also a proposal for a waterway, railroad and logging projects, as well as garimperjam, illegal mining invasions within the territory. Our fight is against all those projects that we call projects of death. We fight invasions within the territory with the spirit of Vakoburun. This is well written on the banner that we brought with us. It speaks of the objective of our movement. The Munduruku people are fighting against all projects of death, greed, and disease. We will continue our struggle for the defense of our territory, our rights, and our life with our own Karodaibi and Vakoburun government. This was the part read out from Maria Luisa's contribution. I will wait for Ediene to continue.
Hidroelétrica mujoi chanta. Men pitu japleng cea kurip. Hidrovia, ferrovia, deka hipima wek kaya garimperunya, madeireiro. Tam biaya chanta. Men pitu ceja hisya em swat emak penpaya hijuk cewa kuberan. Hijuk cerak kumai. Tam men pernah jaka fai shau cek tujut. Cek ibarat chanta tajaka fai shau. Hapenan cek jauh cek governo cema tai binat karu sakai ba karu daibi iwa kuberan ibu keng nak cek cem ya nyasenu beran.
Weekart, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you, to all of those people present here, the comrades of struggle and of resistance. My name is Ediene Kirixi. I am Munduruku from the Upper Tapajós in Brazil. And I live in the Kabarebuan village in the Kayabi TI. We always thank and ask for strength and courage from Karosakabai, our God, who left us our territory, where our spirits arrive without us seeing them, and all those who have life within it. We ask for support and courage to win all battles that come our way. It is with our strength and courage that we are able to confront conflict and win. We keep going because our spirits have the power to accompany us and help us win and resist. That's the way we continue. So we never forget to ask for that support, that strength from our ancestors. We don't see them, but they exist. With this strength, we continue facing conflicts and defending our territory. Our spirit is related to nature. We always say this. Our spirit is related to the forest and the rivers, as well as to the earth, the water, the fish, and the animals. Everything is alive and related. When we ask Karo Zakabayu and our spirits and ancestors for this strength, we are already protecting nature and planet Earth. We always receive messages from nature too. We are very concerned about these messages from our ancestors, who always ask us to protect what is ours, to continue fighting, and to not let death and disease spread. That's why we are in the Iperek Ayu movement, which is an organization that acts based on our own rights and our own justice. We created the Vakoburun Munduruku Women's Association in 2018 to strengthen our movement and help with our autonomy. Within our association, we have a board and committee made up only of women who have a vision that goes beyond and can also help the warriors and chiefs of the movement to see what is happening. Our association was created to strengthen our Iperek Ayu movement. And with that, women coordinate many of the activities within our struggles and count on the participation of the male warriors. We have our own advisors, both technical and political, which are important to develop our work in accordance with Munduruku politics. The association's role is to engage in dialogue, to know what is to come, to confront it, to be informed, and to pass on truthful information so that the people can have knowledge and act. Within the association, I am the political advisor, a position always assigned to a Munduruku woman. The role of the political advisor is very important to add to our struggle. It is only together, with several women occupying several different functions, that we have come to know the threats and struggles that take place, because we are from several different places. Our association's board is made up of several women who are not from a single village. They are from different villages and indigenous territories, living in places far from each other. That makes it so that each one brings different information. We are always hand in hand with each other. This is the value that we women carry. We gather our strength so the fight continues together. So all of this gives women the opportunity to articulate their agendas, their political activities and productive activities such as making handicrafts and cultivating their own agricultural products. All this has brought some solutions to women and given them other opportunities. The association was also created to defend the interests of women. But it is important to say that we are a group with chiefs, leaders, only women and men on the other side. The fight Uma song so to defend ourselves against the attacks made by the government, our fight is won. Therefore, we consider everyone's collaboration very important so that we have information about everything that is happening in our territory. This is the importance of our collective work within the association. The association is very productive for us to have the strength to follow and face all of the violence that we face. This is the end of the written contribution by Ediene.
Hidrelétrica como Boshiburica Karubishashebet.
The most important thing that we have within the movement is our direct actions. It is through them that we achieve our goals. An example was the occupation that the Iperek Ayu movement carried out at the Belo Monte hydroelectric power plant on the Xingu River in May 2013. We were forced to occupy and stop this infrastructure project to show that we are against projects that kill rivers. That was a historic and remarkable moment for us because the women had a lot of strength. It was a moment to say that we did not want any dam built on our Tapajos River. There, we as women took the lead together with our children. We really started to mark a moment in our collective memory. Women then began to reinforce themselves in this struggle. It was very important to find our relatives and occupy that monster, the Belo Monstro, as we call Belo Monte, that wanted to destroy and kill the lives of indigenous and traditional peoples. It was one of the most memorable moments for me within our struggle because we achieved our goal of preventing any dam on the Tapajos River. We also did another direct action where we showed the struggle of women and our objectives. This was the self-demarcation of the Savre Muibu territory in 2014. We ourselves, as women warriors, began to walk along the entire limits of our territory, clearing out trails, physically opening the paths as boundaries, and placing the signs of the Karodaibi government, our own government, along the way. This way, step by step, we began to build strategies to stop all the projects that the government wants to build on our territory. Hydroelectric plants, waterways, railroads, grain ports and mining projects. Then, with the construction of dams on the Telespires River, they destroyed two places that we consider sacred, Ipichikai Piat, those places that must not be disturbed. During the construction, our funerary urns were forcibly removed from their rightful places, from our territory. Guided by the shamans and with the strength of the other warriors of the Iperek Ayu movement, we as women took the lead in this movement and went to the Natural History Museum of Alta Floresta. In a direct action in 2019, we occupied the museum, removed our urns, which are sacred, and returned to our traditionally occupied territory. It was a defining moment. This action was very strong. Since these actions, women have been coordinating and guiding the steps of the fight. With every step we take, we suffer violence. In May 2021, due to our fight against illegal mining in our territory, I had my house and that of my family members purposely destroyed and set on fire by garimpeiros, illegal miners, who also fired shots at our village. What wasn't burned was stolen. My mother's, Chief Isaura's house, was burned to the ground. This all happened because of the Bolsonaro government, which was in the presidency from 2019 to 2022, encouraging violence and invasion with our territories. They can even kill us. But our children will continue to resist all the injustices that we are experiencing in Brazil. Women's struggles and actions have value, which is something that puts pressure on the government to guarantee our rights. It is very important to have action, to have movement, because it is through our movement that we show the world our fight. Through our public letters written by the movement, we manage to publicize our struggle so that those on the outside can really know what is happening and also know our motives for doing justice. For example, I followed and also participated in the rescue of our funerary urns in the city of Alta Floresta within the state of Mato Grosso. When we rescued our funerary urns, we demonstrated the capacity of our organization, the capacity of our people who have autonomy, and the right we have to undertake our own justice. This action showed that the place for our funerary urns was not inside a museum. Their proper place was where we returned our funerary urns to within our traditional territory. For 6 years, we asked the government to return our funerary urns back to us. We wanted them, the Pariwat, to take our ancestors and mother spirits out of this house that Pariwat, non-indigenous, call the museum. A museum is no place for our spirits. The spirits were demanding a lot of our people. We have obligations and responsibilities to our ancestors. And then we received, through the shamans, messages from the spirits that were in the museum. They were very uncomfortable in that place where you can hear the noise of cars. It's a cold place, with air conditioning and without peace. This made us realize that we needed to act and rescue our ancestors. Our ancestors didn't want to stay alone there anymore. This action brought a lot of hope to our people because we fulfilled our duties to our ancestors.
Distance and for the opportunity.
Sim, a gente
We resumed a bit what we talked about. People that are present here, could you translate the questions on our resistance, on our struggle of the women?
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting at the end there, but thank you so much for the opportunity to learn from your struggles